Hi, this is Craig Hain. I'm the chairman of a company called QPI, and I have Gary Carwell on the phone, who is the president of Learn Maintenance. And today we're going to talk about a new system that we've developed at QPI that Learn Maintenance and our other QPI companies will be using, and we call it STS. How are you today, Gary?
I'm doing pretty good.
And can you see this video fine now?
Yes, I can see that real great.
Okay, now this system we're going to tell you about, something that's very exciting. It's brand new to us, and it's called what we call the Skype tutorial system. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, Skype is a technique for making telephone calls over the internet, and it's free anywhere in the world from Skype to Skype, and so we're utilizing that along with several other technologies to do this. So, Gary and I thought we would like to tell you what we can do with it. The bottom line is there are many, many subjects that people need to learn about in industry. And the very best way to teach a person about a given subject is a one-on-one tutorial, where the person can ask questions and we can ask the person questions and so on. And in the process, we can teach them whatever the subject's about. For example, Gary and I did something the other day. Why don't you tell them a little bit about what we did the other day, Gary?
Well, I had a question about the force that you would exert on a cylinder at a certain amount of pressure as it would extend and then as it would retract. And many times there's confusion about how to figure or calculate the surface area of that circular area of the cylinder, and then what to do with those numbers after you get them. So Craig and I went through a process to teach someone that.
Right, and this was actually the video we ended up using. We created it as we went, and we had a cylinder with a rod, and the rod had a certain diameter, and the cylinder did, and we had so many PSI going into the base, and the question is what load could you lift? And we went through the whole process of how you would calculate that, and in fact that has now become a video training product, hasn't it?
Right.
So that's just one example that you can use. As a matter of fact, there is a whole series of math examples on practical math that are being given by a famous person by the name of Dr. Dell. Did you ever hear of him, Gary?
Actually, I have.
Bit of an inside joke, since I am Dr. Dell, and we have this entire practical math series. But so what we wanted to tell people about was the ability to use Skype. Now, the nice thing is, when you've got the camera, and the quality of these cameras today is so good, is that you can take any kind of equipment and show it, and you can discuss it. So, for example, in the math, we show people how to do math problems utilizing the calculator, so they can not only see the formulas, but then they can see the calculator. But suppose you want to teach somebody how to repair a piece of equipment. Well, you can get that piece of equipment out. This is a phone, and you could teach people about it. And as a matter of fact, this camera is terrific. You can move it around, and you could take a picture of a very large piece of machinery and get it about any angle you wanted to. So if you want to teach people how to repair a hydraulic pump, for example, a particular pump, you could do that. There's almost no limit to what kind of tutorials you could give. So Gary, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, it sure opens up a lot of possibilities to a company that has some specific needs for training of a individual or several individuals on a specific topic. And prior to this, we aren't able to as cost effectively do that training because of the location of each of the subject matter experts that we have on staff, and of course the companies aren't all at our doorstep, so we have a lot of additional costs because of that.
Well, that's exactly right. We've been doing this training for 30 years now, Gary.
That's right.
And what is Learn Maintenance going to be offering its clients now that we have this technology and this system in place?
Well, we can offer them to allow us to tutor a subject, a specific question from a student, and we would then be able to actually record that video and the audio part of it if there's some equipment involved or just part of the learning process. And then they would be able to have that video shown to other employees and have them watch the interaction between the subject matter expert and the student himself.
Yeah, we've both noticed, haven't we, that when you tutor one student on a given subject and you go back and forth with questions and the Socratic technique and that student finally understands it, that if you record that, the next student that comes along can probably learn just as well from that recording as if they had actually done the tutorial themselves.
Many times the questions are similar as to what one student has compared to another.
Exactly, and then after we've done a tutorial, we can also add additional material if we need to, or do any editing we need to make the actual recorded training session perhaps even more effective than the original tutorial.
Right.
So that's what we're going to be doing, and in fact, whoever's watching this now is seeing this in action. What we will normally be showing in the tutorial will be whatever it is we're actually doing training on, whether it's a piece of equipment or whether we're using a book and teaching something out of a book or a manual or whatever. And we don't use talking heads. I mean, for example, you're not seeing a picture of Gary or me in this. We could obviously put that in, but who cares? What you want to see is the actual thing that you're doing the training on. So this is to demonstrate this Skype tutorial system. And Gary, how can somebody get in touch with you if they want to do something with Learn Maintenance on this?
Well, Learn Maintenance would have a toll-free number of 800-777-0753.
Okay, so you invite anyone then in the Learn Maintenance family. We have a lot of companies we've done business with over the years and are doing business with today to call you anytime and set up a special demonstration. I'm guessing, Gary, that if one of our clients wants to do this, you'd be willing to do one of these tutorials on a demonstration basis, probably at no initial cost to them, just so they could understand the technology.
Right. We could do a short training session and actually do some specific topic or one of questions that they might have, and just let them see how it works.
And let's suppose a company needed to train some people, and they had a large group of people, or a fairly large group of people, maybe scattered all over the country and all over different time zones, maybe even around the world. How easy would it be for them to use this system?
Well, the only thing you would need would be a computer with a Skype program loaded down to it, and a camera with audio and video, and that's really all that you would need to have.
It's very inexpensive then for them to do, and not only that, once we've recorded the video, it would be played back to them from our learning management system out of a flash player, and they don't even need to have Skype then. They could just, it'd be a flash movie.
Right. Yeah, just access it on the internet.
Well, Gary, thank you so much. This is a very exciting technology, and I'm sure many of our clients will be wanting to learn more about it and probably take advantage of it. It really can cause savings in training of orders of magnitude compared to conventional systems and technologies. And so I'm sure you're inviting everyone to call you. My name was Craig Hain, and I have a private line if you want to call me, 812-332-8179, and that I'm located in Indiana, and so that's Eastern Time Zone, you can believe it or not. So you can call me at that number on my private line, and I'll be glad to discuss it with you too. So thanks a lot, Gary. Best of luck to you in the future, and it'll be exciting to see how our clients can benefit from this.
That's exactly right. Good to talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.